Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day today, and after this video for you to have even a greater day. Today we're gonna talk about money. This is one of the things that I like to talk the most, especially because I personally think we don't talk about it very much, at least not in my circle of friends. But every now and then that I had the opportunity, I really enjoy talking about it and just helping everyone kind of like understand and seeing how they're able to start saving a little bit more or have better habits. Also, maybe like a few years ago, if you will tell me that I will be the one giving advice of money, I will never believe it. But yeah, that's just something I'm really proud of myself. I really like to be able to explain it in a simple way and also to open their eyes that it's not really hard to do it. You just need to be able to take action and be willing to start. So let's get into it. So I personally believe that saving my first 10K was definitely something that made me feel really relieved after it, especially because once I achieved this goal, I didn't feel tied to anything that I didn't like anymore. Let's say there was a situation that I needed to get out of. I don't feel like appreciated on my job, or I don't feel the environment is really good. I'm just able to, for example, quit my 9 to 5 without being like stressed about like my bills, my rent, food, utilities and everything. I know that I'm gonna be fine, and I don't know, I feel like it gives you the empowerment of like take actions for your own life and how do you want your life to look like. It's really had a great impact on myself, so I would like to share the same knowledge that I've accumulated and be able to share it with you guys. I think also like once you're able to start and being consistent for even the first 3 to 4 months, it's when you actually feel the need of like want to learn more, and also like, okay, no, I want to save a little bit more. I want to see my money grow. Because I also want to share how you can make your money grow without even like doing anything, but to put your money into these different accounts. I think it's like a little bit addictive once you get the habit of it. It even gives you like a little bit more of freedom of what to do with your life and what do you actually want to do, and to take those risks that maybe before you were a little bit too afraid to take them. Open your own business, let's say. Now you have a little bit money of the side that you can like, okay, like I'm able to do this, play around, see how it goes. And I think that that's even it makes you feel a little bit more powerful about yourself and what do you want to achieve with your own life at the end of the day. What do you want to do with it? So enough about me, now let's get right into it. The first step that we're gonna do is basically audit yourself. In here, what we're gonna do is check our last 3 months statements, and you're gonna see how much money is coming into your account, but also how much money is going out of your account. What I like to do is just sit once a month and check all of my bank statements and see where I'm spending more money into it and put everything into different categories. So now for step 2 is building our budget. In here it's very simple. We're just going to separate the list that we have of everything that we spend money on, and we're going to separate in 3 different groups. In our basic needs, here everything like our rent, utilities, or groceries, any transportation, everything that we actually need to be able to survive our day-to-day. Then another group, which is going to be our wants, everything that makes our life a little bit more happy. So for example, having a morning coffee or investing in ourselves, like going out to the gym, going to a yoga, pilates, dance class, whatever that makes you a little bit happier. Even like going out with friends, having some lunch, coffee dates, or even going like shopping too. And last but not least, savings. So this is for your future self. Could be an emergency fund, plans for retirement, even the down payment of a house. So the most common rule for these 3 main groups is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your salary should go to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings. Of course, this is not the strict rule you should follow. So you can do 60% of your needs, then in between 10-20% of wants, and then the rest for savings. So it really depends of how it works better for you. So now that you have your main budget, you're able to tailor it a little bit better of how do you want your money to be spent. So let's say like I'm able to see that I'm spending a lot of money in groceries, which at the end I'm like seeing, okay, I'm spending this amount, but at the end of the week I'm mostly throwing half of this because I don't even end up eating all of this, or I don't end up cooking this much of food. So okay, maybe I should reduce this amount into a little bit less. Of course, don't starve yourself, like that's not the point. But it's helpful to see where is your money being allocated and where can you do a little bit of shortcuts, or be more aware of where your money is going, so you're able to say like, okay, maybe I'm able to save a little bit more of money in this area more than in this other, because I want to spend this money into something else. At the end of the day, you do need to put your budget in the lifestyle that you like and you also want to live. So if, for example, going to the gym and having like at least one dinner with your friends to go out is a non-negotiable, you just need to plan ahead and be able to say, this is the amount of money that I'm going to spend on these two things. And in this way, you're more aware of where your money is actually going and you're not spending in autopilot. At the end of the day, the most important thing about this is to be actually realistic. Sit with yourself and think about like, okay, I'm able to cut this, but I'm not able to negotiate about this other. Like, I really need it in my life. And it's okay. The important thing is for us to know and be aware where our money is going to go and be able to plan it ahead. So now our third step is our saving account and our goals. So now that you're aware how much money is coming into your account and how much money is going out, you're going to be able to know what's the difference in between these two numbers. What's the amount of money that you're kind of like saving or not spending at the end of the month, each month. So let's say that at the end of the month, you have $300 left. So those, you're going to use it as a starting point and you're going to put like, okay, each month I'm going to start saving $300. So I'm going to save those $300 every month. So now we need to know where to allocate this money correctly. Most bank accounts don't offer a high percent of return. So what you need to do in here is to look for banks with a high yield savings account. Good thing about these accounts is that they're going to give you from a 4 to a 5% of return of this money that you're putting in these accounts each year. So basically in this type of accounts, you're very flexible. So you're able to put money whenever you want, but you're also able to withdraw it. And normally this interest is paid either daily or monthly. Point of having this account is for you to be able to save your money and not be able to touch it, but at the same time you have an easy access in case for an emergency you're able to take that money away. So now the next step is having a goal. For the purpose of the video, in this case we're going to use as an example the 10K. So now that I have my goal clear, which is 10K, I need to know how much money am I able to save each month to be able to achieve this goal. So for example, let's say that at the end of the month I only have $200 left. So I'm going to put in this savings account $200 each month. So I'm going to see like, okay, if I'm going to put $200 each month, it's gonna take me a little bit over 4 years to be able to achieve this goal of having 10K. So now I'm aware of how much time it's gonna take me to go from 0 to 10K. So now that I'm aware, like, oh, okay, so it's gonna take me 4 years. What do I want to do about it? Should I do a little bit more of shortcuts in my budget so I'm able to save a little bit more money to achieve this goal faster? It really would depend of how fast you want to achieve this goal, but it's really important for you to know how much time is going to take you and how much money do you need to save per period of time. So now for step 4 is to save automatically. What I personally do is that when I receive my salary, I put that percentage right away into my savings account. So I'm not able to see it or touch it when I have my salary. You're normally able to have like this automatically done with your different bank accounts. I have it set up so I'm not even able to see it on my checkings account. In this way, if you don't see that you have more money, you're just not gonna be able to spend it. You're gonna just budget with what you have left. And for me, it have worked even better than just me doing it. So then I'm like, oh no, but this month I'm gonna spend a little bit more because I'm gonna go out. I have this birthday, this blah, 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 blah. But these are just like excuses that you're putting yourself to not save the amount that you already said that you're gonna put into it. So yeah. Recommendation, just put it right away into the savings account. Don't see it, don't touch it, just put it right away. Also, if any month I have any extra money of income because I don't know, there was a bonus or anything of my job related, I will just put it right away too. I will not even have it on my bank account. I will just like put it on the savings and not see it at all. This have also helped me a lot because it's kind of the same thing as I mentioned before. If you're not able to see it on your check-ins account, or if you don't have it in your hands, basically it's like you never had it. So just let's put it on the savings account, don't touch it, don't see it, just let it accumulate it. Yes. Which now take us to step 5, which is tracking and consistency. What I personally do for this might be a little bit childish, but I really like doing like these little drawings, and then I will just like color it every time I hit a certain goal. I've also done this little drawings in Notion. I don't know, maybe it's just me or the geek side of me that was like, no, I need to do this on Notion. It's just like a really simple program, which is basically I put little hearts, and every time I achieve my goal, that little heart turns red. It's like 1 new lives. Yeah. But if you don't want to do this, you can also do the drawing trackers. If you can tell, I even have one here. If you want the links for the drawings that I use, they're gonna be on the description down below, and let me know if you want actually a tutorial for this Notion part. And last but not least, the most important part is step 6, cutting all of the spendings that you don't really need. So what I did the first is, now that you have the audit of where your money is going, you're probably gonna see a lot of subscriptions that you don't even remember that you had. In my case, I was paying for a lot of different AIs that at the end of the day do similar jobs, so I just like cut my subscriptions, just stay with the one that was the most relevant, or at least the one that I use kind of like in my everyday. Also, try to check if you have any spending triggers. So once you see like the impulse of having to buy specific things, you just try to check like, okay, why am I feeling like this? Is it because I'm a little nervous? Is it because I'm anxious? I'm a little stressed out and I want to like treat myself? Kind of like really think about it. I personally start noticing that I tend to buy more stuff, especially when I was scrolling into my TikTok account. I don't have TikTok shop, thank God, but it still gives you a lot of products that at the end of the day I end up purchasing it in Amazon, which at the end of the day I didn't personally need. Or for example, when I go to do groceries, one particular area that like I cannot not go and not grab always at least like one bottle is like the shampoo conditioning area. I love any treatment that I can put and try for my hair, especially now that I have dyed it. I'm still kind of trying to look for the perfect products for my hair, but at the end of the day, I have so many in my shower. Most of them are even like completely full, you know, because I end up going and switching so many times that I don't even end up using them. So in that case, for example, something that have helped me a lot is just like ordering for home. I would just pick what I need. I just put the delivery, so I'm not like overspending in things that technically I don't really need. Yeah, these are the things that I personally notice buying stuff in the grocery store that I don't personally need because I already have it home. It's just the fact of having something new or wanting to try something new when I have plenty of those same products which probably gonna do the same result. So yeah, try to find what's something that you constantly buy without even notice it. Another thing that have helped me a lot is being subscribed to the grocery store, my local grocery store basically. They normally have like a lot of discounts and loyalty programs just for you to buy in there. This helped me a lot, especially because they have promotions in particular days of the week, which at the end of the day are products that you're still gonna buy either way. So might as well also have like a discount for it. And if none of your grocery stores have any loyalty programs or discounts, always pay with credit cards. Credit cards normally have cashback because of you buying in grocery store. Try to check which is the best credit card that you could have. For example, the card that I use, I'm able to choose like in which category I want to have the biggest amount of cashback. So I'm able to choose into 3 different ones. I think the first one give me a 3% of cashback, the second one 2%, and the third one 1%. So if I see that during the month I spend the most money in groceries, I will put groceries in the 3%, 2% in transportation, and then in the 4 online shopping. The point in here is for you to be able to take advantage of the credit card. That's all for now for this video. I hope this helped you a lot for starting your financial journey. I know the first step is the hardest one, especially because it's a bit scary to see where your money is going, just because I personally was like, I don't really want to know if I'm overspending in the things that I actually like. But at the end of the day, this is what is going to help you to actually be able to spend more in what you want, because probably you're spending or overspending in things that are not even give you such a gratitude as other things. Like I mentioned before, like in my case, I was overspending in groceries when I could just save a little bit more in that and spending a little bit more, like even going out at that point. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like it. Bye bye.